Hello, hello. I am back after a weekend. I had to take the weekend off. I was really annoyed after that last game. Not been in any mind to play any chess, but we're back, and I'm gonna try keep it consistent this week, no matter win or loss. Currently at 1746 rating. I have lost 4 now. I think it is 3, 5, 6. Okay, so I've lost 3. One I've discovered was a cheater, according to my coach. I should hopefully get the rating for that back, and I've won 2. We're going to try and push for 1800 again. And hopefully I can recover some rating points today after the absolute shit show that was the last game. Totally winning up an exchange and then just panicked completely. It's one of those that's really annoying and really hard to recover from. So we're playing against Tactical Chess Plur. Joined 2 months ago. And gonna be playing black. E4, my beloved. C5. Let's go. And let's hope it's not another cheater. Okay, so used about 10 seconds there. Let's just keep playing as normal. Okay, another 10 seconds there. I am slightly concerned about where this is going. This is the Grand Prix attack, and I have no idea what I should be doing against it. E5? I've forgotten all my preparation. E5 takes. Kind of perhaps also want to go E6. E6, D5, does that make sense? I think that's the logical thing to do, right? Because the idea is in Sicilian, if you get D5, that's good. So E6, I want to play E5. So E6, knight F3 makes the most sense. I think I can play D5. D5 takes, knight takes, queen takes, and we're fine. E6, what if you play E5? I'm not so bothered. I can just play D5 and play a horrible French, which I don't particularly want to do. But also I get my knight here on this square very quickly. I think E6 is fine. I'm going to try not to overthink. And hope that this isn't another 10-second move. It's been 10 seconds, 11 seconds so far. Okay, this is a good sign. They're thinking. Okay, that's trying to stop D5. But I think I can just go A6, B5, C4 even. What if I go knight H5? Or A5 rather. That's also an option, right? Knight A5 and you have to go back, and then I get D5 in. I think that's inaccurate because of knight A5, correct? Knight A5, bishop B3, I can grab the bishop and I'm happy. Knight a5, bishop d3. d5 takes, and I'm happy. My knight's slightly misplaced, but I've got the break that I want, so knight a5, bishop e2, same thing, d5. Maybe they want to play d3. Do I play a6? No, a6 they won't play d3 because then I'm threatening b5. a6, probably a3. I really want to play knight a5, to be honest. It feels wrong because but I don't see how to progress after a6, a3, b5, bishop a2. I'm never getting this d5 in. I need to review my prep next. Okay, knight a5, bishop e2, d5, I think I'm going to do. Knight a5, bishop b5, I can just go a6. So this is what I'm going to do. Everything is defended. I want the bishop here. Let's see what happens. So I'm pretty well rested at the moment. I'm in a fresh state of mind. And I hope that will translate to my chess. I got really lucky. I played in a simul that my coach was running the other day. And I got really, really lucky. I managed to win. I thought I was being very clever. I sacked a knight on e7 to play queen c7. And it created a battery. But it wasn't quite mate. I thought it was just simply mate. Turns out it was in fact not. Much to my dismay. The king could run, but luckily the tactics worked out. And afterwards I spent some time and I managed to win. But apparently queen c7, I played bishop b8, queen c7. Sacking a knight on e7. Apparently it didn't work because there was a check on e6 first. Craziness. I didn't see that. So I got very lucky. It wasn't a really good game, but sometimes you have to be lucky. And it shows I was thinking, at least. I had ideas. Okay, now what do I want to do? I could play knight f6, which makes sense. Bishop b5, I'm not particularly worried about because I can just play bishop d7. This is perhaps slightly uncomfortable. Yeah. And if I play queen e7, for example, you can just block and it's not really a problem. I think knight f6 makes the most sense. Knight f6, is knight e5 a problem? Knight e5 is kind of ugly, isn't it? Do I want to try and prevent that? I mean, it's not really threatening anything, is it? Or if I just play knight f6, defend my center, and just try and get castled quick. Bishop e7 castles, and then I can bring my could also play bishop b or g4 at some point. Bishop g4, but bishop e2, so that doesn't really do much. But it's on the cards, so I think I'm just going to play knight f6 because this isn't really threatening anything. And then knight f6 castles, bishop e7, which stops rook e1 being much of an issue. So I'm going to play knight f6 because it just makes sense to me. And just go from there. And after this, I want to go here. Yeah, bishop e7. It's the logical move here. Stop any shenanigans. You might go rook e1, castles, queen e2, but I can just bring my rook to e8 and everything's fine. And I just have the center. My knight's a little misplaced on e5, but I'd argue so is the bishop on d3. And I'm going to castle very soon, which will mean that there is not a very good square for this bishop on d3 to go to, and my knight can come back to c6 at any point. So yeah, we'll see. This is logical, but I think I can just play bishop d7 here because that's why knight f6. I defend this pawn. Bishop d7, let me just blunder check. No, I think I'm fine. Let's just keep everything solid. Takes, I can just take, so that's not a problem. Going to be castling soon as well. So there's literally nothing to worry about here, I don't think. Let's see. Takes, I can take rook e1, I can just castle, queen e2, rook e8. When taking is never a problem, because my queen still defends that e7 bishop. b4 kind of looks scary, but I don't think it does much because I can just take it. Equally, my knight can simply just go back to c6, and that's not really a problem at all. And I'll just take with my queen. Makes total sense here. There's literally nothing to worry about. This knight can come back. It's not going to be attacked anytime soon. I can castle. Yep. And there's nothing here. Because again, I can just play rook e8 after queen e2, for example. And there's no fork. Importantly, overloading the queen would be kind of upsetting. But I'm not particularly sure what this does, in all honesty. I think I can just play queen c7. And be happy? Question mark? Because there's literally nothing here with this, and I'm still defending this bishop. This is defended. This is still defended by my knight. After queen c7, I guess you can go queen f3. But at the very worst, I can just play d4, I think. I could also just play rook d8. So I think queen c7 is fine here. Blunder check. This has literally nowhere to go. This is still defended, so even if it did have somewhere to go, I could take and then recapture. This is still defended. This is going to be defended. It does literally nothing. This is coming back next. Challenge this, and everything's great. Also, this and this both have options. Try and win back. Or win, rather. Just win. Win the pawn. At some point. And I'm trying to be a little bit conscious about not using too much time. Because that's what screws with me most often. Queen f3, which is what I expected. Now again, I have d5 at the worst, but d5 I'm not a very big fan of knight e4. So I think I can just play rook d8. And there's nothing. Rook a d8. And again, I think there's just nothing. I like rook a d8. Just defending. Of course, if you take, I can take back, and you can't take because my rook is defending. And just checking that there's nothing with d4. There's actually this awkward knight b5, which I hadn't totally considered. But knight b5 is okay because I can go queen b6, because in this line I have a rook on d8, which means I can just take everything and still be defending this. So I think I go rook d8, and if knight b5 I can go queen b6 and everything's fine. So yes, I'm going to play knight b5 defending this. Everything is defended. If this, I can just go here. This is still defended. There's nothing with this or with this or with this. Everything is great. This is coming next. This probably afterwards. Because this is what I want. I'm trying to think what else White would want to do here. It kind of makes no sense. I think I'm just a little bit better. I want to go bishop d3 at some point, perhaps. Knight e5, queen b6, you just go back. I'm not sure what else there is, to be honest. b4, I think I can just take. Because then the knight has to move and I'm picking up another pawn. a4, interesting. Again, not sure what that does. I don't think it's anything useful. Very weird move. Now, knight c6 is kind of screaming out to me. But knight c6 you can take. I'm going to have to take with the pawn to keep this bishop defended. But I think that's okay. I think that's okay. Knight c6, knight takes c6, b takes c6, a5. Trying to gain some space. So this is the other problem, isn't it? This knight is wanting to get into this square. So maybe I just play a6 to stop all of that first. Now there's no knight b5. Maybe that's what the plan of a4 was to give that knight grounding. Maybe I just go a6 first. There's no rush, I don't think. And I kind of like just stopping this plan. Everything is still defended. Knight c6 can still come in the future, so I think I'm just going to play a6. Just stops anything coming from this to this b5 square, rather. And now I'm feeling pretty good. Let's see what happens next. I'm just considering something like bishop d6. What happens after bishop d6? And I'm just wondering if you can take that pawn. Because bishop d6, knight takes d5, queen takes d5. And now there's nothing really here, is there? Which is kind of upsetting. Okay, so the bishop is just going to go here, which does literally nothing. Could play knight c6. Maybe I just go rook e8. Just keep everything defended, because then I think bishop d6 is coming, which is a threat. After rook e8, can also do this pretty happily. So rook e8, bishop here, I can go here. Just stops any nasties. Even though it is defended, I'd much prefer my knight here. But just say rook e8, bishop d2. What if I now went bishop d6? Takes. Bishop takes e5. If queen takes e5, rook takes e5. So yeah, actually I'm winning a piece. So I think rook e8 is better. And if bishop d2, I can just play bishop d6. Because this does nothing. It's defended, and I'm threatening to win a pawn. So I think I'm going to go rook e8. Let me just blunder check quickly. There's nothing. Bishop can come out, but if it comes out, I can just play d4, so it's going to come to d2, after which I can just play bishop d6, which is threatening both to win a pawn and tactically defends the d5 pawn and nicely prepares knight c6 to come back. Okay, I'm going rook e8. Now, queen here is nothing, which is kind of important, I suppose. Bishop d2, bishop c6, and if you take, I can take, and then take. Yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, and now I think I can play bishop d6. Let me just check. Takes. Bishop d6, knight takes d5, knight takes d5, queen takes d5, bishop takes e5. Queen has to move because queen is hit, can't take the bishop, after which I can just take on c6 and then go knight c6, and I'm just up a piece. Oh, wait, sorry, no. That knight's gone in this line. So I could take it on b8, but I don't really need to. I guess I can just come back to d6 even, for example, because this piece is still defended on the knight on c6. So I think I'm going to go here, and if you go here, I guess I can take. If you go here, I guess I can take, and if you take here, I can take, and go up a pawn. And this is still defended. Important I don't take with the queen at any point. Stops this knight from hanging. So I think I can just play bishop d6 here and there's nothing wrong. Bishop d6 and say, oh no, my pawn. One final check. Knight takes, queen takes. I take here, you can't take here. The queen is hit. Yes, I'm doing it. All whilst threatening to win a pawn. This is still defended. If you go here, I just take it. What am I talking about? Take with the knight. There's nothing for this knight. So I suppose you have to move this knight, but there is not really a space for this knight to go where I don't just take it. After which, what? I don't know. Yeah, weird. If you go here, what do I do? I don't even know. I guess I kind of have to take. After which queen takes. And I'm not so sure because now f5 and maybe this is happening. It's getting a little bit weird. What? Don't I just win a pawn here? I'm confused. Takes. Takes. Knight moves somewhere. Can it move somewhere to attack the queen is the question. No. Knight could go here, then I'd take. Knight could go here. Then I'd take. Okay, so maybe I'd actually end up losing this pawn in the process. So takes. Knight takes e5, e takes e5, rook takes e5, rook takes e5, queen takes e5. You gain a piece back. And now, yeah, okay, so maybe I have to play... Maybe I must play knight c6 here first. Because there's this... You can take here. After which I can take. The thing being, this is undefended, so then you take here and hit my rook, which I'm not particularly happy about. So I think I have to go knight c6 back. What if I take... If I go here, I think knight c6 takes, and just play that position, I suppose. Yeah, I don't want to allow this tactic of gaining the pawn back. Because unfortunately there's no way to hit the queen at the same time. Unless I do it with my queen. After which I'd be forced to recapture anyway. No, there's no tempo. There's no way to defend this, sorry, rather. Here, 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 here. You can go here. Because now if I take, you can take. So knight c6. I'm not going to think any further. And this still doesn't work. Because I can take, and then take. Same thing. Queen is hit. You can't take the knight back. You can take, and I can take, which is not a problem. I could have maybe gone here, but I didn't like this. After which I would have given up a lot of center. For literally nothing. In return. Maybe this was better. Here, 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 here. Yeah, but then I'd be giving up my bishop. Not so sure about that. Take. I'm happy with my decision. 22-22, make a wish. If you got this far, make sure you write it down in the comments. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching these longer format videos of me just yapping. And actually, I think 22-22 came at 33-33 of the video. So it's boding well. It's boding well. Can't see what else there is to do progress-wise. If knight takes c6, what do I want to do? Do I want to take back with the queen? I guess queen takes and then knight, and then d4 is a threat. Yeah. So queen takes, d4 you can just take, that's the problemo. d4 take, and then this goes. Do I take with this? With the queen? I don't know what's going on. Here, I don't like that either. Even though I would be winning a pawn. I think I want to take with the queen here and preserve my structure. Because at some point I'm keeping an eye on this b5, right? So I'm going to take with the queen. And I can also play queen b6 at some point, because I'm not a fan of doing this and having these isolated. And I think that's the correct decision. There's nothing with this knight, so it's not a problem. d4 would be a mistake because of this, but if I go here, I guess you can just go b3. Not sure how I make progress here. I'm definitely a touch better. Maybe b5 is now on the cards. Okay, now assume takes is included. Let's say you take. I can take. But let's say b5 here is a thing. I guess I just don't know what white would do. Okay, so let's go on the assumption takes, b3 is included. Now b5 takes, there's still nothing. And I guess you can go, okay, 1 at some point. It's getting crazy. I'm not sure what I should be doing. I'm definitely better. That's all I know in this. I don't quite have a plan. I can't see where I go from here. Could go queen b6. Okay, takes, queen b6, b3. Takes. Let's just say b3, queen b6 for the sake of it, and you take this thinking it's a free pawn. Takes. Problem is, there's not a piece to take here. So it's actually a little bit more interesting. I don't know what's going to happen. Could at the very least take this back. Well, no, because in this case, this has been inserted, so this is not actually defended by discovery. Interesting. So maybe this should be inserted, actually. Should have been inserted. I didn't have the time to spend on it, but this, and then takes would have been more accurate to insert, because now I can go queen b6, and if you grab, I can grab takes, and then I can take here, attack the queen, and I'd be hitting this bishop. Wow. Interesting. Okay, b3, as I expected. Now, I think I insert takes, go queen b3 anyway, to try and bait them into taking this, because then this. I think I can just take here, after which I'd be regaining a pawn. So, takes, queen b3, b6 rather. If you took this, I'd get a piece, you'd get a piece, I'd get a pawn. Now we're even. But the problem is this is hit, and then the queen has to move. But there is a check. Then I could just take. So that's actually not a problem. And this is still hanging. So I think I can go takes, queen b6. But how does that help me plan-wise? What other threat does queen b6 have? I guess the answer is d5? Or d4 rather? So if I go takes, queen b6, am I threatening this? Because the knight can actually just go here. And that's really not all that. I'm not sure I see how to improve here. Because I'm just playing hope chess if I just let them. Do I have something more? Oh, okay. I could actually takes, and then go queen b6. Because I guess I'm threatening to do this or this. After which d5 is an issue because of this loose piece behind. So takes, queen b6, threatening here and here. Ooh, is that a bit loose? Takes, queen b6, you grab here, I grab here, you grab here, I grab here. You're being hit. You have to move the queen. And you can't move the queen, I don't think, to somewhere to defend this bishop. Okay, I'm just going to do it because I'm going to be wasting too much time otherwise. If you take with the bishop, then I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But I certainly think taking with the rook makes more sense here. Now I'm going to go queen b6. Because now if you take, I'm picking this off. This is attacked. There's no check because I could just take. See what happens. And I guess I'm threatening to do this at any point and then this. And just sort of get in on the dark squares, which is, I suppose, good enough as a plan. Okay, you've fallen straight into my trap. Now this is immune to capture because of this. Very good. Let's go. Oh, because you can take here. I can't take because it's mate. Are you kidding me? Oh, I calculated that all fine, but I missed that you can actually take the bishop. It's mate. Oh, no, but check. Do I have something? Check, and then what? I don't know. I guess I can take. Man! Take, you just take, and then I have to do this. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it! I guess I just resigned. Oh, stupid blunders all the time. If you take, then I go here. And you can just take here and I'm just totally lost. Yeah, I'm just going to resign. Oh, I just know that I was just totally better through all of this. Oh, G6, really? E6 is fine as well. Now, knight if I was wrong, I should have just gone A6. Which makes sense. Bishop D3 and now D5, which is correct. Takes, correct. Bishop... Oh, A6 I should have done. Still should have played E6, but this does literally nothing. Really? Bishop D7 is not great? I could have just gone King F8 and vibed? That's weird. Okay, but we took here, castles, here. Queen C7 is fine, and I just have a slight edge. Minus 0.5. Pull the other rook. This was wrong. I should have played C4. I guess that's just stopping this from developing. Now if you go here, takes. I don't understand. Why is this good for me? I just have a great isolated pawn or something. I'm not sure I quite understand. But whatever. I mean, this is a crazy line after C4. And then I come back here, and then here, and then here, and then here. I mean, insane. And I just grab a pawn. Whatever. D3, and I should have played C4, which I didn't understand that well. Oh no, rook F8 is fine. Bishop D2, and then Bishop D6 was actually a blunder. Really? Because of this? Okay. I take. Now you take. Oh. And then here, 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 here. And I'm hanging every piece. Wow. That's insane. That's really deep. Rook D1. Knight C6 is fine. Takes. Yeah, so taking first was what I should have done. Now I should have just played B5, but I took. Now I should have gone B5. So H4 is what I should have done here just to gain space. Now H3, and if I now go Queen B6, and if you were to take, this is correct. I have to play against rook and a bishop. But Queen B6 is a blunder because I just give up the pawn, and this actually doesn't work. Okay, I should have just done this. And now I go down a piece. A pawn, rather, than a piece. So it was slightly savable. Interesting. But I probably would have... Yeah, no, it was just hope chess. Wow. Okay, I just suck. I won't play E6 next time against this, whatever it is. Computer says G6 is best. And play it KG. Thus. And let's just stop H5. And I'm just better. And then just play B5. Here, 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 here. And play on the queen's side. Okay, well, that's another loss. Miscalculation from me. I can't exactly fault that. Just shows that I wasn't seeing all the way through, which is annoying. I thought I had something. But now we know what to do against this Grand Prix attack. It's G6, apparently, which I had forgotten. Not that I'd prepare much to Sicilian. I just play off the very basics that I have known from the time on off. But anyway, I lost today. So be it. Hopefully tomorrow brings better fortune. Thanks for joining me. See you soon.